Hey there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just start going over the editor. But before we go over the editor, let's say you've used Screencastify and you want to just trim the end or the beginning because you don't like the awkward pause or something, or you screwed up. The easiest thing to do is you grab the scissors and you just pull it to wherever you want it to go. It will give you a preview of where that is, and then you can cut it by hitting Save Trim. That is one way to trim it, like you can only trim the ends. But let's say you have more problems than just needing to be able to trim. You go to this button here that says Open Editor and you click on it. It's going to bring you to the editor. The editor is, it's good. It's not as robust as other editors, but it's meant to get the job done with most of the types of editing that you're going to do. So first and foremost, when you look around here, let me get rid of this. You've got the clip down here, or the timeline. You've got here where you can add extra clips, which we'll get to later. We've got the zoom in, zoom out. So if you want to see the whole clip, there's the whole clip. If you want to get really magnified and see each individual scene, you can do that as well. And that allows you to add more stuff, I guess you could say, because you can get finer and finer to a finer point of time of where you want to select something to show up. And if you can't get it, say for example on this magnification, you would just increase your magnification until wherever, and then what happens is you have a slider bar down here that shows you, that takes you through. You have your tools right here of all the different things you can do, which is cut, uh, crop, zoom in, and put text in. Okay, that's pretty much it, as well as you have up here the undo and redo button so you can check things out, and you've got the export button. And the export button basically is when you're done, you want to export it to like an MP4 or your Google Drive or whatever you want to do. That's the end, and that's where we'll finish. But to begin with, just wanted to show you this is what the editor looks like. Remember, there were scissors in the recordings feature for Screencastify. The scissors for trimming are now these like 6 dots here on the side, or 8, whatever it is. So if you want, you can just cover that up, and that's trimming off the front, and you can open it back up if you want to. So that's it all the way open again. Like you can see, it's all the way open. And if you want to go to the end, same idea. You can go all the way to the end down here, grab the scissors, and move it and get rid of the end. So that's how you would trim it if you're in the editor. And again, I have this probably zoomed in a little too much, so I'll just go back a little bit. And that's the idea. Okay, so that's the first thing, is how do you trim the front and the back in the editor. And then what you would do is once you trim it, it's taking all, in editor, it's taking all the edits in at the same time. So like at the very end, you would click export, but we can just undo that like so and get back to the beginning. So you could have a whole bunch of layers, and then you could undo and then redo and get back to where you wanted to be. Okay, that's Screencastify Editor number 1. Bye.